guys asked for it, so here I am. Today I'm going to drag this 1978 crew cab Chevy Nova out of the yard and maybe save it from the shredder, which is where it's slated to go next. It's an all complete car. I'm told there is a title, but they couldn't find it, so that's not much good. As of right now, we'll call that a no title. Anyway, let's do a crude assessment, see if we can get the motor running, figure out maybe why it was parked at the yard to begin with, and we'll start with just a quick walk around tour. Got a little rust hole in the corner here. Definitely need some tires. This one's got a giant hole in it, but the body's actually looking pretty clean, and this seems to be all original. Look at that, no rust on the bottom of that door. And this looks like maybe junkyard damage. Something was pushed in onto the side. Yeah, I bet you that's from just being squeezed up against another vehicle. A couple dings down there. Oh, look, a Beanie Baby. I don't know how many years it's been sitting, but I will go with at least maybe 10. I don't know, I didn't bother asking. It's definitely been in the fender bender. In fact, that's probably why it was parked. A little more body damage. Hopefully these tires will take air, at least in the front. Oh, rust hole there. But this metal is really nice. I mean, even if somebody just wants this for parts, that would be nice to see instead of going to the crusher. But I'd love to see somebody rehab this. It's not going to be me, but I'll at least give it some attention. So the interior smells great. It doesn't smell moldy at all in here. It smells like an old car should. Oh, the dice came off. Look at that. Darn, what a shame. The sun rotted it apart. Oh, look at the gauges. Those are super clean. It's got the 30-watt road gear stereo. Climate controls are operational. No key. He said this did have a key. Don't see a key in there though. So we'll be looking for that. We'll just dig around in here, roll around in there. Oh, I just love doing it. Yeah, we got the Chilton manual. That'll be included with the car. I'll leave that for whoever buys this. Now, the seats definitely need to be reupholstered, but the foam's decent shape. Going into the back, we got a starter. Nice to have a spare one of those. Might mean that's what it needs. The headliner's in half decent shape too. It's sagging down a little bit, but not torn or ripped. The steering's locked in it too. Whoa, look at that! All right, well, maybe it doesn't appear to be drilled out, but that was pretty sweet. I guess we don't have to worry about the ignition. Oh, it shifts too, very nice. Brake pedals locked up, but then it went and moved, and the throttle was locked, and now it moves. Let's go into the hood. All complete under here. We even have a Die-Hard Gold battery. Original 2-barrel, looks like a 305, definitely small block Chevy, more than likely a 305. I did already grab this fan and give it a little wiggle back and forth. I see the crank moving. That's a good sign. It's got the belts, except missing the AC compressor belt, although that still spins. Looking very nice under here. Let's check our fluid levels real quick. Just kind of fly through this. Look at that, right up to level, green coolant. This is certainly gonna be a runner. Should always clean these caps. Oh, that cap's actually broken on the power steering reservoir. That's got fluid in it. Engine oil at the low mark. That's what I like to see. Never like to see them overfilled. Brake fluid reservoir is full and empty. Let's get her loaded up. Ooh, that's an ugly looking face right now. Very nice. We got one holding there. This one's taking air but leaking. There's the bead leaking. She's all loaded up. I should probably just throw a strap over that though, huh? Let's take one more quick stroll through this yard though. I want to take a look at that big truck. Oh my gosh, how did that much stuff get in there? Why did I touch that either? There's so much cool stuff in here. Like, look at this giant snatch block. What is this, one of those magnets for picking metal up? I could literally spend days in this yard just browsing around. I mean, there's so many things hidden. Look, there's a forklift and a wrecker I didn't even see over here. Look at that. It's got a 4-speed too. Heartbeat of America. Endless vehicles to tinker with around here. And in case you haven't noticed, that's pretty much all I like to do is tinker around with this stuff. I believe in preservation, not restoration. Like, yeah, you could tweak this a little bit, make it a touch prettier, but you couldn't buy a paint job with this particular body damage that all tells a story. There's probably a better way to put it, but you paint this truck, it's just not as gold as it is right now. And we're just doing one more walk around on this, and I'm trying to convince them to let me tinker with this in the yard. Maybe find one of you guys out there that wants to buy it, because truthfully, it's probably not ideal for what I do. I mean, as you can see, getting pulled over in this truck. But let's find out what motor it's got. Okay, that's staying in place. Whoop, it's not exactly bolted up here. Oh, it's got a Cummins in it. All right, I'm not familiar with this engine whatsoever, but it looks like an inline-6 Cummins. If you guys know anything about it, let me know. Is it a good motor or a bad motor? I'm certainly interested in this guy, so if you guys have any extra info or you do want to see a video trying to get the engine running, let me know. There's that puncture in the rad. Okay, you guys are probably thinking right now, why the heck are you working on this piece of junk? I think we're gonna just throw some gas in it and fire it up is my plan. Let's start by trying to get in this trunk though. Oh, that trunk's full of stuff. I see an alloy wheel. Oh, jackpot, baby. What do I got? 5, maybe 6 alloy wheels in here? It's probably a couple $100. And I can reach the back of that lock with a long... Oh yeah, look at that. Just took the bolts off. I was sitting there trying to turn the pin for this, but since the tumbler was still on there, there's the lever I was trying to turn. Of course, the tumbler still wouldn't turn now. 6 5-lug wheels. What else we got? Intake boot, a nice old jack that's rusted pretty bad, a club. Looks like a big mouse nest over there where, oh, one of these ended up rusting through and exploding on his nest. Some standard equipment. Another bumper jack, a tarp. Yeah, really just a bunch of junk. Nothing good. Well, the wheels were just about gold. Ah, yeah, some kind of a nest was in there. Probably should be wearing gloves, huh? I notoriously will wear gloves when I don't need to and not wear gloves when I should probably be wearing gloves. Oh yeah, the ski tote. My buddy needs some ski poles too. I think he'll love these. Now this reminds me of my childhood. I remember my dad had a bottle of this sitting in his shop. Good stuff. It's probably, no, it's not really good. It's all liquidy. Okay. Damn, you're looking good, baby. Look at Gus, he's trying to come hang out too. This Trax is probably too hot for you, no?
Yeah, you gotta get him some water.
No, it's not that hot yet. Yeah, I'd say just put him inside then. He's just hanging out in the backyard, sniffing around. Yeah, no, you can't play with that. Let go. He wants to play tug of war with everything. He just pull it with 2 fingers though. Oh, I don't want to rip your little baby teeth out. Go play with the chickens. Go chase them. Oh, I love the Optima 78 series because it's got the side post and the top post. So I always have the right battery, or a battery that will work. I'm feeling like this is gonna just fire right up with some starting fluid and a little fuel. We've got the mechanical fuel pump bypassed, but left the end open. Put a pan, see if anything comes out when we start it. And then hooked up to some 2-stroke gasoline for lubricant. Tank sounds bone dry. I don't see any pinholes in it though. I'm gonna go fuel on and see if our level starts dropping. It is, so the carb's taking gas. It's always a good idea to give it a tap. That way if the floats are locked up, and make sure to watch it. The level stops dropping, not dumping any gas, carb's good to go. A lot of guys would say, oh, how could you start that without taking the carb off? But I say, Mad Max, will it run, put fuel to it, see if it goes. Let's see how the crank sounds at this point. Got oil light on. Nothing. Darn, maybe that's why the starter was in the back. The underbody's actually in really nice shape and the frame is solid. Ooh, the oil pan got bashed in. That could be a problem. Especially if it's pushed up against the oil pickup tube, that'll run her low on oil and dry. That stick in the back actually went all the way through the tire completely. That's locked in the suspension. Never seen that one before. I have the red wire hooked to the S terminal, start terminal on the solenoid, and I'm gonna hook this to the power probe now. It's ground, so that's a good sign. That means the windings are good on the solenoid. Let's give it a crank and see if we get power on that. You hear when I turn the key, it just goes away. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's not getting power. That might just mean the solenoid's bad. Let's tap this against positive, see what we got. Ooh, all right, so we have an arc, which means yes, the solenoid is bad on the starter, which means we'll give it a... There it is. There it goes. No fuel coming out of the tank. We're on choke right now. It's a good thing I made sure it was in park. Take it off choke. Still going high idle. Listen to that. Woo! She even sounds good. Listen to that true dual exhaust. Oh man, I should have had the camera back here for the startup. I was thinking she sounded like a turd. Sounds nice. Got oil pressure and everything. Ooh. Well, it's not dumping out. Let's see if the starter goes this time. Ah, here it goes. Starter came back to life. Gotta love it. Oh, all right, so fuel. Do we have fuel? No fuel yet, no fuel. Nothing out of the mechanical pump. I even had my finger over it to try to help it get primed. Maybe try throwing a few more gallons of gas, or the fuel line may be broken in the back. Let's at least go fix these locked up brakes. That's gonna be an easy fix, huh? I wish I noticed that the other day. Oh, and a guy commented on a previous video about checking the tire DOTs when you don't know how long a vehicle's been sitting. So that'll give you a pretty good idea. And you see this is the last two are 10th week of 2000. Now that means the longest it could have been sitting is 22 years, but more than likely a lot less than that. Oh, the brakes are locked up. What are the odds of that? Maybe the, yeah. I thought for sure it was gonna be the stick. It's okay. Parking brake's already fully released. Maybe just a seized cable or something. Not safe, but a quick way to find out if we have a fuel leak. Just put a plug in the tank. Give it a tiny shot of compressed air. Better off using a bicycle pump. And I mean, it's leaking out top, so that's fine, but yeah. Oh, there it is. There's our fuel leak. That's why I wasn't pulling prime. Just a severely dry rotted hose. It doesn't seem to be the lines, even though those are really rusty too. It's one good thing about having a pump up front that pulls a vacuum. If you have a major leak in a line, it's not gonna dump all your fuel on the ground. Unlike a modern vehicle like a Civic, I've seen rot the line out midway. They just, that electric fuel pump was just dumping it. Okay. Until it's just ripped right apart. Made in USA. Now we got the fuel hose fixed. Let's see if we can start it up and get fuel prime. Damn, that darn starter's acting up again. So when I go and hit it, see how much current it's drawing that solenoid? Usually if you hit it that, it's probably just a sticky solenoid in there too. It's drawing the current, it's just not moving. I got an idea. Sometimes you just need a little extra voltage, and I've got this Gulu 4000 amp. These are about 15 volts they put out. So I'm gonna clamp that on the negative, and then we'll hit boost. Let's see if the 15 volts will do it. Look at that, 15 volts does the trick. All right, cool. We all good to fire up? Yes. Still no prime out of there. I'm gonna cover this up. Again, I can feel it pumping, but it seems maybe we just need a new fuel pump. If it does come out, I'm just gonna cap the intake to shut it off real quick. If I had an assistant with me, I would pressurize the tank a touch, but I don't want to do that because if it does prime, it's gonna come out really fast. What the heck. Okay, do not do that at home. Extremely stupid way of doing priming the system. I gave it a little shot of air in the back, and then it eventually did pull prime, and I was able to shut it off quick enough, but it's literally shooting fuel into the fan, atomizing. If there's any kind of spark out here, that would have been just a giant fireball. Luckily, I have a bunch of fire extinguishers handy. I would have been on fire too, probably. Let's not do it that way ever again. We'll just pull a vacuum on the outlet of the pump next time. Oh, I get the fuel hooked up now. Still won't work on that, huh? Wonder if I just hook the jump pack up to the battery. Of course, that's going to soak up some of the voltage. Yeah, see, it still won't go. You need that full 15 volts. So with this all hooked up, there it is. Give it a rest. We'll revisit the stock drum tomorrow and mess around. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this nice weather for today. Do a motorcycle ride. Check out this thing. I just picked up an old Coates 1010 tire changer. I was reading these came out back in the 60s. The 1010 Super Power Man. Made in USA, good old iron. I think it'll work well for changing these tires and plenty of other stuff that I do. This is like a really beat up machine. This thing has a ton of hours on it. I've never used one. This is fully air operated, so it has a little aux tank, which sounds in excellent condition. Doesn't sound like any rust in there. It'd be nice if there was a bung to inspect the inside, but This has 2 pedals. This one rotates this and brings the bead breaker up. Let's see. And it rotates that up there. And then this is just for seating the bead, so you hit it and it's got air shoots out around this big ring. And here we go. Get this out of the way. If you just hook this up on the top like so, and break the bead. There it goes. So it just broke both beads at once. Throw it over and hit the switch. Look at that. This thing's awesome. Very primitive, but works good. I got a used trailer tire. I shot a little lube on it. Let's see about going back together. So of course, I could just use tire iron, but this has got a hooked end. Okay. Takes a little practice. Very cool. Love this. Even the gauge still works. Look at that. And the bleed valve. It's so neat this works as well as it does because it obviously has been used thousands and thousands of times and still going strong. And the right front bead leak was just a bunch of rust in there. I'll clean that and reuse this tire. I do have another 14, but I'll save that for something else since this one's still good. A bead sealer too. Oh man, that's tight. You can't see in there, but it's a mess. I see spring retainer sitting on the bottom. Go. Piece of junk. Hey, we'll call that fixed. My beautiful lawn. I am thoroughly impressed right now. This sounds amazing. And that starter came back to life. I don't know if it's just the rainy weather, but didn't need to give it extra voltage. Yeah, one little misfire. Ba, 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 ba. Main jet's maybe a little clogged up. Low on the ATF. And now we're on the stick. It only took 2 quarts. Not bad. We got no charging voltage, unfortunately. That's some top-notch body work right there. Oh, what happened? What happened here? Perfect. She's just a beaut. It's actually got this mean-looking front end now with that hack work I did. It kind of looks like Mad Max, actually. I guess we could fix that side too. We got a floppy battery tie down, only front brakes. It's raining, but the wipers don't work either, which actually on camera it's looking pretty decent on the GoPro, but all right, there's full throttle. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure we can stop while we're on this hill. The brake test is you just slam on the brakes. If it's gonna blow a brake line out, it'll do it. You always mash on the pedal before you're in a situation where you have to mash on the pedal. Of course, do that on private roads only though. It's starting to run a little bit rough. Unless I work the throttle, it's wanting to stall out. Let's see if we can do a quick carb clean on it. Throttle's still sticking too. You gotta tap it to come off. I've mentioned that trick a lot in my videos. You just rev it up a bunch and then cap the intake, pull an extreme vacuum, and if there's any like little tiny sludge or gum in the jets, it'll pull through. So it'll either make it better or worse, or you know, it might backfire and hurt yourself, but I haven't ever had that happen. Seems to have helped out. I've also just tweaked the idle screws, got that idling nice, and I swung this spring over to here. That way get a little bit more spring tension on it. But let's try to snap wide open. Oh yeah. Oh, pretty good. Oh, we got a tail light on now. How about it? By the way, I don't know who this plate was last registered to, so if for some reason this car was stolen from you or disappeared and you want it back, by all means shoot me an email. It's in the about section. You can have this car back if you want it, because you never want to see. That's why I left the plate on there. You know, I mean, if it's yours, let me know. Why you do that to me? I might need the carburetor clean or tune up, you know. Fun. Oh, I can't get rid of this car now. I'm thinking demolition derby. It's the first thought that comes to my mind. The window's working. I love the old hand cranks. It's been well over a month since we got this Nova running. I haven't done anything with it. So I don't want to overextend my visit where it's being stored, and I don't have any plans. So run it over there today with a battery, throw it in it, see if it still runs, and then got a guy coming to see it tonight, potentially. Hopefully it's still there. Thing looks just like it was when I got it, huh? There it is. I've got mud flap Duke here, and yeah, so this is the car. You want to buy it?
No, it's a piece of junk.
It handles bumps really good, though. I mean, this is your premium suspension in this thing. Like, it's not bad.
It feels great. Feels pretty good, yeah. Oh, dude, where'd you buy the suspension, man?
This is
like top notch. You're gonna pop the bead, bro. You're gonna pop the bead. Yo, no nonsense, no, I can't drive. Throw this man in jail. Alright?
Would you stop it?
Guys,
all right, we just pulled up to the buyer. Hopefully he takes this thing. Could not have found a better buyer. This is Brian from, what's your channel name?
Rust, Sweat, and Gears.
And Rust, Sweat, and Gears, and he's gonna turn this into a demolition derby car, which is exactly what I had hoped. But you know, my man right here is a dedicated race car driver. How was your first ride?
Smooth. Very smooth.
What a beautiful car. And here I was all worried about beating on it.
oh, yeah, it feels great. Feels pretty good, yeah.
This guy's doing a derby with it. All loaded up for the ride home, and then I noticed a little oil spill here. So I'm hoping that's just the power steering, because that was definitely leaking before. Oh shoot. Actually, no, it looks like we cracked the pan open. Oh, well, unless it's got a Super Tech oil filter. Rust, Sweat, and Gears. Check them out. Yo, cruising the Torino up to Gilbert, PA for the fair to see the Nova, the 78 Nova, compete in the Demolition Derby. Got a horse in the race.
First demolition derby ever.
Let's do it. Torino Elite, just rolling down the highway like a brand new car. The Lehigh Tunnel. Yeah, it's funny with this tunnel, they put all these tiles up, and I guess they've been falling out over the years, or maybe they come through every once in a while and kind of take the loose ones out, because you guys see all those missing tiles. Imagine one of those came out right about now. Ouch. I think we got the underdog, but I'm feeling hopeful. And it is just beautiful here in Gilbert. Nice big properties. Unbelievable. What's he got? Oil breathers coming out of the stacks there. Love it. Ah, here's our horse. Here she is. Looking like a beaut. Look at that. He's even got the sponsored NNKH on the side. Heck yeah. Oh man, this thing is done up. All right, well, we found Brian. So how you feeling confident tonight or what?
As good as I can, yeah.
What would you say the main modifications you did to this thing?
Oh, pretty much just stripping it out, welded up a few things on it, the rear differential and bumper and whatnot.
Yeah, he's got this.
Just trying to foolproof it a little bit.
That's it, foolproof. You got the straight pipes. We see, if you guys check out his video, I don't want to spoil it, but I was checking it out earlier because he already posted. He went through a ton of detail on what's really involved with this, and it's not just, you know, slapping some paint on and heading out. But he's in with all the full size, which this is a mid size, and you know, all these other guys got some digger tires, and just it's gonna be tough. But hey, God bless you, man. It's just so mad bags. Double sidewall protection on the tires. Some people are greasing the sides of the tires. That one's real slocked up. This one's been through the ringer, and he's fully covered up on the front end. How's that not get overheated though? You got electric fans in there. So the 4-cylinder cars are going first, guys. is a better finish. That race only took, what, 15 minutes? Race number 2 is done. All putting in the work. Now you got the truck class coming up. Stand down. Second gen with the chicken wire rear window. All right, Brian, how you feeling?
He's scared. He needs a pep talk.
Thanks for that.
It's all come down to this moment, man. That handshake, you know, over this car, and now here you are, ready to win that. How much money's up at stake? A couple grand, all right. Well, let's get the girls on the front of the car, pose for a quick picture. All right, got it. Cool. Got Amrod. PA Renegade. Mom, Dad, Megan. There it is. NNKH. Death is near. 454. Oh my God! Death is near. It's got some power. Oh, we're in trouble, baby. Coming out of the hood. A lot of steam. Definitely a busted rad. Oh! This race. Sorry about the loud screaming, guys. Number 43 is out. So what is it, like 3 cars left, right? Or right now? That's it. Triple X took it. How'd it go, Brian?
Did better than I thought.
He did, man. That was great.
The dash ended up folding in.
Oh, really? I'm saying we rebuilt it, man.
The frame rails are what's locking up my steering.
Double NKH coming out. Oh, that side's pretty bad. Beautiful car there. Look at that. All right. Teamwork. I'll just be the cameraman back here. The distributor cap got popped off on there. It did end up hitting the firewall. You know, it was a good run though. Oh, the frame.
That might be an issue. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As long as that jack doesn't kick out and hit someone in the face, it'll be all right. We want to all give it a shove over?
Yep. Yeah, it's metal. Watch your hands. Okay.
There it is.
Oh, I can't hurt himself. It's a home load. Yeah, I do need a home load. Anybody want sponsor me? Oh, it's fine. It's not worth anything.
Well, that ought to wrap this one up. I know most of you guys like to see things saved and revivals instead of just absolute destruction. But, you know, the old crew cab Nova, she went out with a bang, and it was a glorious night for her with driver Brian. I can't thank you enough, Brian, for putting NNKH on the side. So definitely check him out on his channel, Rust, Sweat, and Gears. If you want to see what's really involved in putting these cars together for a race, there's quite a bit. So I'll drop a link to his video down below if you want to see kind of the backstory before that car arrived at the race. And I can't thank you guys enough for all watching this video. Wouldn't be able to do this kind of stuff without you. Hopefully not missing too much here. I think this one worked out perfect because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I think I did, that it would be great for a demolition derby, and you know, the guy just behind it just happened to be doing that anyway, and it all just fell into place. And that was the first derby we ever went to. Had an absolute blast. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Start your engines, boys, we're going for a ride. 'Cause where we're going sure can suck up all your pride. It sounds like thunder, I'm shaking in my boots. Anticipation, you'll be broken, you'll be bruised. Wheels are spinning, you ain't going anywhere. Flames are raging, but you're stuck up in this square. No way out now, you're just a sitting duck. They're coming head on, but you don't give up. You're crushing metal. You're crushing metal. Crushing metal. Just hit the pedal. You can't beat it, feel the heat, it feels so good. Your skin is burning like the V8 below the hood. That Chevy Nova could have rolled